Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Gemini. If Gemini is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so this is a bonus reading for Gemini. And our card tonight is the Death card. My goodness. Something's running in the house. And I don't know what it is. It comes on at a certain time every night. And half the time it's when I'm recording. I don't know. I haven't figured out what the sound is. But I'm sorry, that's loud. And now TT heard me start talking. So she's out in the hallway. If you have watched the channel before, you know I have a cat, my companion, my beloved TT. She's a Sphinx. She runs the house. She is the boss of everybody. And there's also Pudgy. And they both have not been in the readings so much lately because I haven't let them in. Did I say the Death card or the Devil card? The Devil card, right? Yeah, I meant the Devil card. But they haven't been in the readings because I'm not letting them into the studio, the office area, until I get used to being in here. They, they jump on the table and stuff, and I love them. I like them to be on the readings, but I want to get comfortable in here before you let them wreak havoc. Okay, let's see. So I don't remember if I said the Devil card at first, but yes, the card is the Devil card. That's the energy, not death, Devil. I knew it started with a D, right? I was close. So I'm just looking at this and there are a couple of faces. Now we have one that kind of looks like a devil. You have kind of the horn here, the eye, the nose, side profile, and the mouth, right? Now let's keep going. I saw a couple other ones. And so we have one here. Okay, eyes, mouth, the horns, body right here, okay? Where did the other one go? Oh yeah, here. So we have side profile again, nose, mouth, kind of the horn kind of right there. So I do feel like, and oh, here's another one. It looks kind of like a face right there, and then kind of these silly looking ear horn things. But we do have this energy, and it's like popping up everywhere. Now the Devil card, often to a lot of readers is kind of in the realm of some kind of bondage or addiction or, some kind of limitation in your life, some kind of oppressive energy. But often for me, not always, but often, the way that I look at the Devil card is kind of this counterculture, or maybe oppositional, pushing to extremes at points, right? Breaking rules and boundaries and, just absolutely like coming into your world and really challenging your belief system, your, how you're living, how you feel about yourself, how you feel about others, really kind of shifting your ability to have many perspectives, like not being so set in any one thing. So I look, when I see the Devil energy, I think, yeah, that's good. That's a good thing, right? It's a good thing to not be fixed or dogmatic to any belief or understanding that we have. You know, and we can do that without losing touch with reality. You know, I think sometimes people, they go way, way far out there, you know, through the devil energy into the fool energy and then beyond, you know, into sometimes madness, self-destructive energies and so on. But, you know, I feel like this is kind of a real, a time where you are, you know, I feel like dissolving old conditioning, old beliefs about yourself, things that were said to you, the tone of your household growing up. Even if it was wonderful, there is always underlying kinds of, you know, beliefs about the world and life and lessons learned from, you know, our caregivers and our parents and our close family members and so on, our role models, our teachers. And, you know, we all ultimately are kind of like these composite beings, right? And we collect a lot of these little fragments of information and so on. And so, you know, we build it up into this thing that we kind of use as a lens for how we perceive the world. Well, when that devil energy shows up, it's like, okay, it's time to kind of, we're going to shatter some of this glass here. We're going to change this up. We're going to take a look from a different angle. And now I also see, where did she go? Right here. Okay, we have, it looks like maybe an adult here, but we also have a child. And she looks like, or maybe it's a he, wearing kind of a large cape or coat or something, kind of reaching up, holding either a balloon or reaching for this kind of solar energy, this solar disc. And this adult looking one almost looks kind of like a satyr, or maybe what we imagine these kind of like demonic goat entities might be. And I feel like this really, and there's a snake underneath too. Look at, he's standing on a snake. So I feel like there's this real sense of, getting back into this child archetype, looking for your inner child, going back to the place where you still had all of this room to develop kind of your understanding and experience and impressions and everything about the world. A place of just great wonder, curiosity, living in a magical in-between place, but also wanting to learn to that solar energy, being able to look and find something that feels like truth, something that, you know, to construct your reality with. And we have, you know, the snake is the knowledge. And I just feel like this is like it is a return to a place of, it's not innocence. It's not being naive either. It's just openness, right? It is a place of not immediately shutting down the validity of something. Not even really caring if it's true or not. It doesn't matter. The fairy tales are as real as anything else. Living in this place where, you know, it just, things are almost a little bit absurd. They're magical, surreal. They are shifting and they look different every time we look at them. And, you know, it is a, well, it's like a heartbeat. It's like a horse running. It is like a fire burning, the thing that motivates us to continue searching, continue experiencing, continue, looking closer and closer yet. If you can imagine a child laying on the ground, parting the grass and looking down and seeing all these little ants working away, and, a ladybug crawling through, and, some sticks that are kind of, being formed into what looks like a house or a castle or, whatever. And there is a beauty in being able to look and recognize these things, to experience them, to be with them in that moment. And so, I feel like it's this energy it's come into your life, and it's never been that far away. Now we're talking about Gemini. So, there's always an eagerness to experience. There's always an eagerness to kind of go from one thing to the next, to never be completely full from any one thing, right? To bask in the wonders and beauty of life. And that's something I think that just comes naturally to Gemini. But, you put all of these kind of other constraints that happen from life, right? Our responsibilities, again, the things that we are conditioned with, the words we hear echoing in our mind that people have told us about ourselves, all of our ideas of how we should behave, how we should not behave, what is proper, what is not, and so on and so on. And it feels like it gets so tight that it makes us smaller and smaller and smaller yet. And at some point, hopefully anyways, we decide, it's just, I can't bear this anymore. I'm tired of trying to fit into somebody else's idea of what life should be. I don't want to live in their dream. I want to live in my own. I want to live in so many dreams. I want to have endless dreams, and I want to have access to them. And I don't want to feel bad about it. I don't want to feel like, something's wrong with me because I have the heart of an explorer, of somebody who, does not have that much interest in being rooted in one place forever. You want to taste life. You want to live life. You want to experience the world, the many worlds that are out there. And, and I think that probably you have given yourself over to responsibility, and that's been the way for a long time. And I feel like maybe because of how the world is, how people are, there's this core, at least in the Western world, in America, where I sit. So this is my experience. This idea of there being like a singular way to success, a singular way to express success, a singular way that okay, I'm doing well. I've met all of these dreams, the markers of a dream coming true. And it doesn't speak to you. It doesn't, you've never been that person. And other people don't understand, because a lot of people buy into that. They buy into that dream. And it's many varieties, but it's a pretty standard dream, right? And I don't think that you are going to accept people making you feel any type of way about how you live, how you exist. In this period of your life, it's like, I'm not going to sit here and watch the world pass me by. I'm not going to piddle away my hours anymore. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to do what I am so impassioned to do. And that's that devil energy. If you like it or not, that's how I perceive it. And I love it. I love somebody that lives in their mini truths. You know, messy. Get messy. You know? Do the thing. Do whatever. Do the things. Do the things. Okay, so let's see. We have an 8 in the middle. Right there. Oh, it's turning off. All right. Goodbye. Now we have, it looks like an E. I'm seeing an E. And a fish. A fish, yeah. No, a dolphin. It's a dolphin. So we have a dolphin. Very psychic. This is a very psychic period of time for you. Very in tune with that. Listening to yourself. Following it passionately. There's such fire energy here. Now it looks like we have E and E. Now up here it looks like we also have E and maybe E right here. So something about double E's. E. And I don't know. Maybe it's a name. Maybe it's a place. Maybe it's just a letter that you like. I don't know. Okay, so we have a couple hearts, and we have a rose. We have the cup on a mantle. A person watching TV, it looks like. We have another devil over here too. Look at this one. His tail is kind of, let's see, right here. You can see there's the head, the body, the leg, and the tail. Oh, and we have a 7 right there. Lucky number 7. Okay, so we have a person also sitting and watching TV. You can see kind of the head right here, the body, and then the television. Okay. And then we have the cup. You can see right here, kind of sitting on this mantle. There's also a bird. Oh, and we have another dolphin right there. So very psychic. Okay, so I almost feel like there's like a TV show or a movie or something that kind of unlocks this thing inside. I mean, it's part of it, right? Whatever the story is, I feel like you are moved by it. It's got you thinking. It's got you really kind of in your emotions. And I feel like it's almost like just a switch being switched, right? And being flipped is what I was like, is it a switch being turned? No, that's not the right thing. It is being flipped, right? So I do feel like, yeah, it's like a message. I mean, I feel like this was kind of a revelation. I don't feel like it's any kind of accident. It makes sense that you would see it. It feels very emotional. And then we have the cup and we have the bird. So universe talking to you. Absolutely. And again, that psychic energy is just so profound. It is very profound here. Yeah, and I'm trying to... And I just keep looking at this one, and it looks like it says OG to me. OG. Or it could be 06. All right. Let's see. Yeah, let's look at this one. Then we'll go to the plate there. So we have... It looks like a person sitting underneath a tree, right? Being shaded. We also have the moon. We have a heart. And it almost feels to me like kind of going out to the water. And we have another person sitting up here as well, kind of on higher ground up there, wearing a little hat as well. So I feel like it's this feeling of... I feel like a grandmother maybe, but sitting outside often, even if it's hot, if it's cold, if it's raining, if it's nighttime, sitting out there, I almost imagine, I don't know if I'm allowed to say, how would I say it? I don't want to say the word because it, inhaling tobacco. Maybe I shouldn't say that word either. I don't know. Listen, I know that there are words on YouTube I'm not supposed to say because the algorithm doesn't like them. But I do feel like sometimes it's like I don't know how to get around them. So smoking. Smoking outside, maybe sitting, maybe having tea, maybe I don't know, just hanging out outside, maybe on the porch, maybe they had like a little garden or but I just imagine being, it seems like such, it's a behavior or a thing that somebody does in your life that is weird to you. Because you don't really know anybody else who just sits outside all day and all night. You don't know, your parents weren't probably doing it. They were working and doing, busy with their lives. And to have this person in your life, it seems like they seemed very different. And I think that you absolutely learned so much from them just hanging around with them. Maybe they watched you when you were a kid. It was like summertime. You'd go spend your days with them. And you would just kind of listen and you'd help with things. And I feel like so much of your spirit aligns to this. And it seems weird, but it is. It's like this person who, you being a person not unlike this maybe grandparent, where you just like what you like, you do what you do. Maybe you even sit outside, just hang out there, 2:00 in the morning, just, in the dark, listening to the sounds, whatever, doing whatever you do outside. And, maybe your kids think, oh, that's weird that they are always, nobody else's parents do that. But I feel like there's just something about you that you carry on, aspects of them, but you also, it's like you just don't live, at the core, you're not a conventional person, you are so unique. You have this just kind of, it's an eccentric spirit, right? And I think it's such a gift because you don't get stuck in most people's ideas of how people should be. I remember seeing a meme not that long ago, and I was like, oh yes, I relate to that. And it was something like, I always it always worked, or it worked out for me, like being the weird girl, because whatever I was into, nobody ever questioned it. And that was me totally, because I was into all kinds of different stuff. And I did, I still look very different from the area I live in. Like with other people, we definitely stick out. We're like the Addams family of, and we're not even goth or anything, but yeah, we're the weird ones, I'm sure. And, but people absolutely don't think twice about the stuff you're into, because you're already weird. And in some way, I feel like this speaks to your spirit right now. You're like, yes, definitely. And that's what I love about Gemini people. My daughter is a Gemini, and I'm not going to lie to you. I had hoped that she would be a Cancer, because I love Cancer people so much. And when I had a Gemini, I was worried a little bit, because I'm like, I don't know how I feel about a Gemini kid. Obviously I love her no matter what. None of that matters ultimately. But I don't think that I ever thought deeply about my connection to Gemini people. And she has been literally, and I know I'm biased, but still, the coolest person ever. She is so cool. She is so cool. Like, she would have been somebody that I know when she gets old, it's like I would have wanted to be their friend, and I would have been too scared to be, because she's so rad. And like, it's blown my mind about the more I've read about Gemini people, and I've learned about people in my life who have like major Gemini placements. The coolest, absolutely. Just do your own thing, and I love it. And that's why people are intimidated by you. That's why there's so much kind of shade for Gemini people. It's because you're so powerful, you're so yourself, and yourself is many things. So it's like you can never anticipate, you can never kind of pigeonhole, you can never, capture a Gemini person, because you're very varied. There's such a variation, and that's awesome. I mean, I'm jealous, kind of. All right, let's see. So we have a Y. Just kind of, we don't have a lot on there, but I'm also looking at the T stains, and I feel like it's 3 people, and I don't know how well you can see this, but it looks like 3 people in the T stains, and it looks like they're all praying together. We also have a cat. So I almost wonder, I feel like this is a sense of like sisterhood, of like a close bond with one another. It could be like good friends, people you've been through a lot with. And I just feel like there's a sense of kind of, coming together for something that's going on, not with you necessarily, but somebody who is important to you, maybe within the family or friends group. And I think that this is like it feels almost like a community effort to be of assistance. Now we have 2 birds here, okay? And they both kind of look like cardinals. So I feel like you have 2 people coming through. And when we have the owl, okay, so we also have the owl. 2 people coming through. I believe that this is a feminine energy, both of them. And I almost feel like these are people from like great grandparent generation. Like you maybe knew them briefly when you were really young. Maybe you don't even remember them. But I feel like they equally look out for you. I almost think they're like brother and sister. That's what they feel like to me. And I just feel like there's this sense of almost kind of a call for you to do your healing, if that makes sense. I feel like maybe you are somebody who has some kind of, you do some kind of healing. And maybe it's your presence. I mean, really, maybe you bring magic into people's lives. But I almost feel like maybe it's like something like faith healing or like Reiki energy healing. And so I feel like it's like this is something that they're bringing it up. And I think it's important it feels like it's like, hey, you need to be accessing this. This is a gift for you. I'm trying to be quiet, not crinkle my can here. Have you ever had canned yerba mate? It's like literally 1 a.m. I don't know what I'm doing with myself sometimes. Like I have to sleep sometime and I am still drinking caffeine at night. It's ridiculous. I got off of coffee to try to get away from caffeine and I don't know, whatever. It is a shameful thing right now. So anyways, yes, there's something about it. I don't know what's happening, but if it resonates, let me know. Okay, let's see. We're going to look at the Wild Bohemian affirmation cards. These are the fire element. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and flip through and, there we go. Stop where it feels right. Okay, and it says, I am here. I am here. Allow yourself to be taught by love. Be fluent in nature's language. Be fluent in nature's language. All right. Okay, well, Gemini, I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. It's always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it does help the channel so much. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And what's the other thing? Oh, leaving a comment. If you want to leave a comment, please do. I read them all. I actually just deleted one right before I started my reading. Somebody, and really, like, it's amazing sometimes I know all profile pictures aren't, actually who's on the account or whatever. But when you can tell it's kind of like somebody's photo, the quality or whatever, and it's like somebody who looks like a sweet grandma or something, and then they're super mean. Like I just cannot believe. I can't believe I'm clutching my pearls, absolutely just, and maybe I shouldn't stereotype people. They're mean, all kinds of meanies, but I was reading it and I had to laugh because it was just absurd. But, kind of how mean she was just about me talking about myself and rambling, which I'm rambling right now and talking about myself. And, anyways, I had to laugh because it was well written. It wasn't nice. And I deleted it because I was like, I'm going to cry a little bit. That's not nice. So shout out to you if you're watching my other readings. I didn't get your name, but thank you for that. Thank you for traveling across time and space to this little place on the internet to, you know, cut me down. Hopefully, you know, I don't know, but yes, lots of love. So anyways, Gemini, and I feel like this is a very Gemini moment for me, right? Yes, I love you. I thank you. And yeah, leave a comment if you want to. I definitely appreciate them. I look forward to them, actually. I read them throughout the day and you know. So anyways, I love you. Good night. I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed.